Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, hey, Nick Collier here, and we've got another project on the hit parade. Local guy brought has a 1952, I think, generator. I mean, this is a one killer generator to a four-cylinder diesel engine. I can't remember how many kilowatts it puts out, but a hell of a lot. And and he blew out his hub that connects the generator to the motor. And you know, and I'm going to bring you in close and show it to you. I mean, it is a mess. Let's have a look and see if we can see it. You can see it just shattered this part here, and that's in the keyway itself. So this thing's been breaking for a while, actually. You can see the crack all the way down into here. Just a mess. So he wants to rebuild that, and of course it was made in 1952. So how do you, hang on, we're going to move you down a little bit so I don't have to carry this thing so high. How are you going to get it? This part, you're not. You're going to have Nick build it, and so we went and bought a hunk of steel. We're going to move you over to that hunk. So we purchased a piece of what is it, 4145, I think. Whatever it is, it's on the other side. I can't remember what the hardness is, but it's pretty hard stuff. I pulled off just that little bit, and look what we're coming up with. You know, blue, lots of carbon. So we're going to come in, and I may have chewed up my bit doing it. We're going to have a look at that and see. It's hard to tell. I think I'll just continue with it for now. We need to take about, oh, I don't know, a couple hundred thousandths off of this diameter. Where do we need to go? I'd say a 1/4 inch needs to come off. So we're going to get started on that. Hang in there with me. We're going to have some fun. I don't know, this thing's throwing chips everywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is get my shield back out. I used this for a while when I was when I had a pump, a coolant pump on this lathe. I still have the coolant pump, I just I don't use it anymore because it's a pain in the ass. But this may help. Let's get it out a bit. Maybe not. we'll give it a try. All right, we've still got another 100 thousandths to go. And I don't think this thing's going to work. Alright, back to the board idea. We're just going to take a board and kind of put it in here and catch most of the clippings. Because these things are coming off like a bullet and hotter than a pistol. That's good. So that's got us started, and we've gotten nice and warmed up. So our next measurement is right from here to here, and we're going to just do a fast rough out on that one. And we're looking at so if we went down 500, we would be doing fine. And that's our height. So let's get a mark on that. Okay. go down 650. Well, okay, Nick Collier here. It's 2 or 3 days later, and we're coming back to this project. And hey, we're basically just pulling a bunch of steel off of this this monster block of steel, and getting things down to where, you know, they're generally where we want them. Okay, as I said, we're just roughing out this this surface. And you can see that we've got this little step here, this step in here, and we've got a pretty good size hole going down into here. And that's so you can get the bolt in there and get a wrench around the bolt. So we're going to take our hole and cut that the next piece, and which means, if you can't see, we're going to put a boring bar in here and bore away. This should do the trick. Let's give it a try and see. I think we're going to get something out of that. But I think it's a good idea just to move all of this back a little bit. We don't need to go in that deep. And getting as much meat as possible on this is a good idea, because it's a fairly small boring bar. And that's a little bit better. I think we got something there. Now, we're going to go in, and as I said, we're roughing this out, so we're going to go in 1 inch 300, and we're going to go, our width is going to be 1 inch, 2 inches, let's say 2 inches 50. So since we're just roughing out here, we can kind of come in and take a measurement from the point of our tool and just make a mark on the boring bar itself. That way we don't go in too far, and we're going to do okay. Okay, we've got our bar sharpened, or our bit sharpened on our bar, and we're going to just start working our way out. And I'm thinking we have to come out to 250. Let's take a measurement lengthways here and see how we're doing now that we've got an edge to work from. That's about right, except we want about another 100 thousandths. 160 thousandths. So another 100 would probably do us just fine. We're going to pull in tight here. We're going to come up against our stop and then loosen the stop and open up that 100 thousandths. All right, let's give that a try. Well, at this point, the shoulder in there is hitting the bottom of my bar. So what, and the reason is because there's room between here and the actual cutting edge. So we're going to find a bar that has a cutting edge right out on the tip. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's going to bottom out on that smaller hole. So we're just going to have to take this thing off and put the other boring mechanism in. The other boring head. See how that works. It looks like it could work. Okay, so we're going to continue with this project. It's been a couple days since we've gotten back to it. We've been scrambling around getting ready for the rain. And so we're back, and let's get moving. We're sitting at 3625, and we want to go, or I mean, that's where we want to go, and where we're sitting is 3525, so 100,000. There's our line. We'll set the DRO. We'll bring it back 25. That'll take us 50 thousandths. Check to make sure. So we're sitting at 3580, and we want to go to 3625. Nope, 3630. So we got another 50. And then also at the same time, let's check our depth. What I want to do is I want to come in and cut this outside wall first, and then just finish it off with by cutting that inside. So we're pretty close. We're sitting at 90 thousandths, and we want to go to 140. So let's take a little bit more off of this surface, this flat surface here, and see what we can come up with. Sitting at 153. We want to go to 170. So what do we got? Another 18 thousandths or so. Just gonna guess this one. Because we can always take that outer surface down a little bit in order to match it. that we've got that, and we need to get this, but for the moment, since we're here, we're gonna chamfer that edge just a little bit, just to keep it from being sharp. Maybe a little more. Okay. This edge somehow feels pretty good. Well, what we're going to do is come up. Now I know we're too high here, so we want to knock that edge off just a little bit. Where are we at? We're at 175, and we need to go to looks like 10. That's not right. No, 160. Right. So we got to take 15 thousandths off of that. Not too much of a problem. More. I don't think that was 10, but we'll give it a try. Alright, so we've got this measurement good, we've got this one good, we've got this one good, and this one good. Now, and this one good. Oh no, I'm sorry, the diameter good, but we don't have the depth of that. So wait, we need to come in and figure that out. So I'm going to just set this here and hopefully you can see it. Let's have a look and see if you can. You can see some of it. So our depth measurement is, and you're noticing, and rightly so, that I'm using vernier calipers to do all this. Well, none of these measurements are critical. A flange fits in the center of this. It doesn't fit tight on this part here. It doesn't fit tight in here. It just needs to be somewhat centered, and it sits over there, and then bolts go in and hold the whole thing centered. So the bolt holes are going to be critical, and then all of this stuff out here is just basically just, you know, rough measurements. Well, rough, you know, within a thousandths or so. So we have our depth, which is, oops, hang on.
Okay, our depth is 540, maybe more like 535. And we drop this in there.
Okay, so we've got this, and this resolved. Now we got to take 5/1000ths off of this. Oh, wait a second, we've got a step in here. I don't like that. It shouldn't be a problem though. This is, if you look at it, this is just a relief surface with a taper on it. So it isn't like something sitting on there. It's just, it's just to take it off to, create room. This is our important surface right here, and these 4 bolts. So we will trim this back. Well, we've got we've got 30/1000ths between here and here. If 30/1000ths too wide, I'm looking at this piece and I'm seeing this and this as not important measurements, because this is our hub that connects the generator to the motor, and this is our pulley. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that extra 30/1000ths there, and we're going to kind of move our way into cutting the groove of the pulley.